Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Peter here, Thailand bound, and I'm coming to you from Pattaya, from the beach, and it's a beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful. And the temperature this morning is something around like 28 degrees. You know, when you come here like June, July, it's so hot, even in the morning, it's uncomfortable, but it's absolutely beautiful. Let me just turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at. Quite busy for this time of the morning. I think I'll take a little walk onto the beach here. Now, I've been watching the news, I've been keeping up to date on what's going on. I read you guys' comments about this new variant. Everybody's getting depressed about it. A lot of guys are booked to come out to Thailand and they're worried whether they'll get out. The Thai government are going to have a meeting soon to decide if they're going to scrap the Thailand pass and put everybody on a quarantine when they arrive here. Terrible news, absolutely terrible. But for me personally, totally selfish. It's not something I'm thinking about right now as I stand on this beach at 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, guys, honestly, you wouldn't know there was anything going on out of the ordinary. You know, when you watch YouTube channels and you read things and you listen to people, you get mixed information. And a lot of it's totally bullshit, absolutely bullshit. So I met Trevor last night and he took me out. We went up to Soy Bacau and we visited a few places. I had a very good time actually. I met a lot of people. To anybody who watches this who approached me and introduced themselves, guys, thanks, it was a pleasure to meet you. And I had a thoroughly good time last night, worse for wear, as always, too much to drink. I didn't know Trevor could drink as much either. So what are we doing? This is my first day, second day in Pattaya. So the plan is that I'm meeting up with Trevor later. He's going to interview me and ask me how difficult it was to get here or how easy it was to get here. And then we're going to do a walkabout. He's going to show me around. I know you've seen it on other people's YouTube channels, but you haven't seen it on mine. I'll have my own take on it. And we'll see what's going on. I mean, I haven't been here in Pattaya for several years now. I've been back to Thailand, but not Pattaya. I think the last time was probably 2 or 3 years ago. It's changed, guys, big time, big time. In fact, you could drop me down in certain soys, I wouldn't know where it was. I couldn't believe how busy it was last night. You wouldn't know anything was going on here, honestly. I mean, everybody was drinking, bars were full. I met up with, I met Nick Dean last night. I met Brian Flowers. I met Lucas from Rise for Kicks. He didn't recognise me, so that's okay. I recognised him. And I met all the guys. It was almost like the YouTube mafia down here. But that was great meeting them. And we all had a lot of drinks together. Trevor and I went off a little bit later on. So yeah, I mean, do you remember when I arrived and I was stuck in that hotel room in the Holiday Inn? I was saying, would I do it again? Was it worth it? It was a pain. I was totally depressed about the whole situation. But now I'm walking down the beach road at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I think it's worth it if you're coming out here for any length of time. You know, if you're booked up to come for, say, maybe... oh, we've got a bunch of policemen coming towards me here. Let me just be a little bit low-key till I'm past them. Ah, they're okay, friendly enough. Yeah, so, you know, if I was thinking about should I come out to Pattaya, I think if it was a week or 2 weeks, I wouldn't go through that hassle. It's too much hassle, but certainly from a month onwards, yeah, definitely, because I'm here, you know. I mean, I watch other people's YouTubes. I was watching Ed Sweeney last night. Well, I watched it this morning, actually. His stream is 2 hours old when I woke up. And I look at all the comments and everybody's like really on a downer. They're really on a downer. And it's hard for me to relate to it because, you know, I honestly feel that I've dodged a bullet. I really do. Because here I am on a beautiful day like this. And I'm just thrilled to bits to be here, guys. Thrilled to bits, honestly. But let me do another, show you where I am. So what advice can I offer you if you're thinking about coming out here? What I would say is this: if they change the rules and you have to do the quarantine in the hotel room, I would say, if you're planning to come out for any length of time, a month plus, I would say do it, guys, do it. Because once you're out here, all the depression of everybody who gets depressed about it, all the news, you don't hear about it. People aren't sticking their heads in the sand here. It's not that. It's just, it's not the number one agenda. It's not the number one thing that everybody's thinking about. You know, it's not all over the news. People are getting on with their lives here. And I wish I was here for longer, I really do. If you're thinking about coming out for 2 weeks, forget it. It's not worth all the hassle. Let's just hope that they don't change the rules. The Thais are doing an extremely good job of trying to contain this variant. They were very professional how they picked me up at the airport. And what can I say? I'm happy I did it. So, right, okay, so I'm waffling on a bit now. Right, so the mission today, mission number one, I've got to find a scooter because I want to be independent and be able to ride up and down these small streets and alleyways. And when you got a scooter, it's just a lot easier. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to find a scooter. I've got my passport in my pocket. And then I'm going to go and have a nice breakfast. That's it. I'll tell you what I noticed. When I was in Bangkok, it's very expensive, very expensive. And compared to Pattaya, I'll give you an example. If you go for any sort of small restaurant around Sukhumvit and you have some Thai food, or, well, any food, but let's just take Thai food as an example. And you order something like Panangai. It's a chicken dish, you know, and rice or some vegetables. You're talking on average 240 baht, 260 baht for a dish. That's a lot of money. It's expensive. When I met Trevor yesterday, we met in the Sailor Bar on Soy 8. The same food, 70 baht a dish. So you're talking 3.5 times more expensive in Bangkok. So if you're just coming on holiday and you're not sure where you want to stay, what you want to do, you're going to need a lot more money if you're in Bangkok, a lot more money. A beer in a typical beer bar in Bangkok, at the moment you're talking about 180 baht. The guy I was talking to, he bought a ladies drink, that was 180 baht. The beers down here in Pattaya, 70, 80 baht. I was out last night with Trevor and some of the guys and I wasn't counting. I was drinking vodka tonics, I was drinking beers, and I got my bill, and I'd been drinking all night, and I was expecting a 2,500, 3,000 baht bill, as I would get in Bangkok. 900 baht. 900 baht. I'm not even thinking about prices. It's just so cheap down here. So what's Pattaya like? Pattaya at the moment. There is quite a few tourists down here. I mean, look, again, let me swing the camera around. It isn't a ghost town. There's plenty of people about. And, you know, obviously, you know, people focus on the negative points. They'll take you down to, well, I'll do the same. They'll take you down to Walking Street, and these streets of bars that have been decimated, they've broken them all down. But they don't concentrate on the positive things. A lot of people, not everybody. And if you were here, you'll go around lots of streets of bars, and they're all open. People are happy, having a good time. I mean, I was out drinking last night until, I mean, I think officially the bars closed at 11 o'clock. Some of them did. I went back, I had a walk actually. When Trevor left before me, because he started drinking before me, I started on the Namsom, the Nam soda, the water, because I can't handle drink for like long periods. And Trevor left first, and I sat with some guys that he introduced me to. Great bunch of guys, really good. And we carried on drinking. I left there about 11. But you know what, after all the crap that's been going on about Thailand, I was in such a great mood, so happy. It was like the old days. It was like nothing bad had happened. And rather than just walk back and go to my hotel, I had a wander. I came down to the beach road, walked for quite a bit, like I am now. And this was about 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a bit earlier, 12:30, 12:15. And when I got to the bottom of Soy 8, I thought, well, that's it. I found a bar that was open with a live band. I don't know how they managed to do it, but I went in and had a vodka tonic, and I went back to my room, had a good night's sleep. I don't sleep a lot of hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, hence why I'm up so early in the morning. So I just wanted to show you guys what's happening down here in Pattaya. It's now 8:10 in the morning. I haven't seen the motorcycle rentals yet. That's my main goal this morning, is to get a motorcycle, a little scooter. I'm guessing in about 2 hours time it's going to be very busy down here. When I was here last night, when I took a wander last night, a lot of people down there. You wouldn't, honestly guys, I keep saying this, you wouldn't know that it was any different. It doesn't seem to be as strict as it is in Bangkok. I won't get into that any further for obvious reasons, but everybody just seems to be happy to open the bars. People are happy to go to the bars. Restaurants are open. It's brilliant. But again, I'm going to say this again, I really think I dodged a bullet, because I do keep an eye on the news, what's going on. I mean, I get the doom and gloomers who send comments in. They say, oh, you know, Thai Airways is going out of business, you won't be able to get back to England, or you know, the thing you've got to worry about is they'll close the country and you won't get in. And you know, I don't know why people send me messages like that, but what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen, right? They could say, right, we're not letting any flights in, and we're closing the country for a month, and I'm stuck here in Thailand. Is that so bad? To be stuck in Thailand? I mean, look, just look behind me. If I'd have planned this trip in another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't think I'd have been so lucky, because things are changing big time. But they're not changing here so much as the other end. The only thing that might change here is they are thinking about cancelling the Thailand pass, and I don't know how long the quarantine would be, maybe 7 days, 10 days. That'd be awful. I did one night of lockdown in a hotel room. I couldn't do 7 nights. Not at all. Right, where am I? Wow, I've come quite a long way. I mean, look behind me, guys. The sunbeds are out. The ladies are there, ready to take your money. I'm thrilled to be here, absolutely thrilled. The one thing I've noticed overall is the climate. It's just not so baking hot. I've walked for about half a mile now, maybe 3/4 of a mile. I haven't even got a sweat on yet. Could do with a drink though. I'm just getting close to Walking Street now. It's now 15 minutes past 8. I'm going to go and get a bit of breakfast. And again, I just can't, it's incredibly cheap here. When Trevor came, as I say, Trevor came round last night, and we went to the Sailor Bar, and Trevor got his usual. He said it was his usual, and it was a burger and some bits and pieces. And I looked at it, and after coming from Bangkok, I thought he's looking at 300 baht, 280 baht. 99 baht, couldn't believe it. 99 baht. I thought they'd made a mistake, but no. So I'm expecting to pay 100 baht, less than 100 baht for a full English breakfast this morning. And I really need to get that diet video out as well, haven't I? I keep promising that. That's Walking Street behind me. Okay, I was going to end it, but look, you know, because I've come so far up the beach road, let's carry this on. Now, I haven't walked on Walking Street for the best part of 3 years. I've watched other people's videos. It's really strange to be here. It's really weird because all the signage is still here. And it just looks like it's ready to open tonight. It's really strange, you know. I mean, obviously, like I said, I've watched other people's videos, and I know it's all closed. I know it's not opening up for a long time, and I know a lot of places have gone out of business. But if I'd been dropped from a spaceship last night and I'd never been here before, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, guys. You've still got, you know, like the pictures of the food. The signage, if you look behind me there, it's almost like they're going to open in a few hours. It's weird, really weird. The Lighthouse, a go-go. Wow. The Golden Club, the Panda. Remember this complex of bars? I think it was called Simon's Bar, was it? Or Simon's Bar's down the road? Really weird. Empty. That's not opening anytime soon, is it? I think what I'll do, I'll walk a bit further down to the end, and that'll pretty much be it. Right, I'm now coming up to Phil's place, La Pub. Never been in there, never met Phil. He was one guy I hadn't met last night. I met most of the Pattaya based YouTubers. Now coming up to Soy 15, is it? Yeah. Obviously a drunk Thai there. He must have been on the beach drinking all night. He's singing away quite happily on his bike. It just looks all so unfamiliar. Right, here's an alleyway I know well, because one of my favourite go-go bars from when I was younger is down here. I was going to have a wander, but it looks like they have some security down there. But it's Happy a Go-Go. And he's walking towards me now, is he? Right. I was hoping to wander down there, but you know, all these places are closed, but they do have guys who are kind of watching. Nobody goes in there and steals all the equipment. I'll tell you what I've noticed, there's a lot of guys out exercising in the morning. You know, they're up early. Obviously because they live here, they're not out in the bars getting drunk every night. Like us 2 week millionaires, they're living healthy lives. Morning. I think if I lived here, I'd probably be the same. You know, I'd join a good gym. I'd be out in the morning. When I lived here years ago, when I lived in Bangkok, I was a member of a gym, and I tried going out jogging. I couldn't handle the heat outside. I'm talking June, July, but it's very pleasant now. It's not. You can see I've been walking for about 20 minutes. I don't even have a sweat on. The sun's trying to break through. It's just sad. It's really sad, you know. The Thais want to make money down here. We want to get out here and have fun. It's a fantastic town. I mean, really, look, if you're here, if you would drop, as I said earlier, if you would drop from a spacecraft in the middle of the beach road with some money in your pocket, you'd have a good time. You wouldn't know what's going on. But the problem is getting here. You've got to jump through hoops. And a lot of guys who are signed up to my channel have told me straight. They said, I'm just not going to do it. It's too much hassle. They'd love to be here. Why not? And I'm glad I took the decision to come. But again, I'm very, very lucky, because what's going on with everything that's going on now, I think it's just a matter of weeks before the rules could change. And guys who are planning to come out. So, there we go. That's my first walkabout in Pattaya. Alright guys, thanks for watching. It's great to be in Pattaya. If you can get out here guys. It's a lot of fun. And I'll catch up with you very, very soon. Thanks for watching as always. And not a lot more to add at this point. See you later guys.